Let's get into it. We're live. Oh my god. Well, Broku's so. Whoa. There he is. Okay, we're good.
Oh, wait, I got sound effects. There we go.
Beautiful. Thank you. If you couldn't tell already, this is going to be a great episode. It sounded like say it already.
Professional.
Oh,
absolutely.
My goodness.
We're going to have Inoue on later to talk about the show. So don't worry about it. It's coming.
Naturally, because we just have
pen and paper. Just give him pen and paper.
Yeah.
Tell him, just give me an outline. Give me an outline, and we're gonna make this show.
Yeah. Right.
I've got a budget of $5. We're gonna make it happen.
We have $5 and a dream.
Pretty much.
Let's do it. Anyway, hey everybody, welcome to episode 23 of Henshins and Homies. As you can see, we are joined by Zio Agito and Brokusatsu once again to talk about Donbrothers.
Oh boy.
I'm so excited. Amaro Red Fox! Holy shit!
Oh, well. We already got some returning guests. Not the only returning guest today.
Somebody says you're ready to drink that mustard soda there, Zio.
Oh yeah. So just to give y'all the heads up, so last night I did a live stream on my own channel, and I had the audience decide which one of these two disgusting sodas I was going to drink on stream. And then I said whichever one was left over, I would drink on y'all's stream. So last night I drank ranch flavored soda. And today is mustard.
Oh God,
that's ranch. You know, so, if Inoue was a flavor of soda, there it is right there.
Mustard. Oh my God. Wait, but how was the ranch? How did it taste?
I chugged it. The problem is, so I've been on keto for over 2 years. The amount of sugar that's in these sodas is like 42 grams of sugar. So it was the most amount of sugar that I've had in years, probably longer than like 5 years. So I ended up getting a sugar rush and just started getting like the sugar, like sweats and everything was
tremors.
Bad. Yes, it was bad. So expect that tonight.
Again? No.
Y'all are in for a treat. Again.
Live cardiac arrest on the stream.
There it is. Yeah. There it is.
No.
That's how Inoue does it. That's how Inoue writes.
You got to be the proper hypeage when it comes to Donbros, and this will do it.
No,
so we are so excited to have our guests on today. If you don't remember, they were on a previous episode. We're going to talk about episode 25 of the show.
And we're talking about Donbros.
Yeah, and now we're talking about it again because it's over, and I'm sad, and I want to cry, and I want.
Well, King Oger just started, so we're all good there.
I want to love King Oger, but it would take a while.
Just now. Well, with King Oger coming out, we're now moving on to a new Sentai, new team, new cast, new everything.
New toy, new premium Bandai, more money to be sorrow about, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Precisely.
So
every
get all
year,
your wallets ready.
Yeah. I actually refuse to buy the Oja Caliber because I know they're just going to do a Memorial version, so there's no point. I don't want some dinky little 4-inch sword. I'm good. I don't care how funny, how cool it sounds.
It's a cute little gimmick. This season already reminds me so much of Ryusoulger. So the fact that the caliber kind of gives me the same vibes of like the gimmick of like pulling and team having the same weapon. It's like, well, yeah. It works. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so we last time we reviewed Donbrothers at episode 25, and it stopped at episode 50. So we literally waited to watch the whole second half of the season, and now we're here to discuss our opinions on it, whether or not we still like the characters that we said we liked, some new story beats, the arcs that were completed, and how we feel about it overall.
I'm trying to remember. I should have rewatched that episode to remember who I said I was a fan of.
I remember who I said.
I remember who I said I was.
I think I did too.
Same here.
And I'm gonna just say it now. I'm not sure if I feel the same way, but we're gonna get into that in a minute. So, what do we want to start off first, gentlemen?
Can you talk about lovebirds?
There's a lot to discuss. It's hard
to
pick one.
I think we should do it easy, and we should start with your general feelings when you watch the episode the first time. When you watch the episode the first time, when it started, in the middle, overall your feelings and thoughts right then and there in the moment. I think that's a really interesting place to start. See where everybody was at.
I'll go
I
first.
choose Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, Broku.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Okay. First time I seen Donbros, I was like, okay, no way. What the heck do you have in store? Because I seen Kiva, I seen Vice, and I want to see what kind of wacky stuff you had in this show. Watch it, and first episode was already a crack instant. Yellow Ranger is a praised protagonist, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And well, it went downhill after that.
Yeah. It did go downhill, indeed. My goodness. No, like, Donbrothers, not in a bad way. Not downhill in a bad way. It's just, like, the craziness level just went all the way up.
Yeah.
It's different crazy.
It's like you got on a roller coaster, you're like, cool, there's the track, and then you just stopped seeing it like 3 minutes in. You just had to kind of ride through and deal with it.
Right. It's just a ride. It was a
It
roller
is.
coaster, honestly.
Absolutely. What about you, Zio? How did you feel with episode 50? How did you feel watching it first time and all that?
So the thing is, it's just like, sadly, we live in the era where there's too much people like trying to spoil things ahead of time. The people that watch the Raws, the subs dropped surprisingly early.
They did.
For once. And the thing is, I had already committed to my Twitch audience that, I'm not gonna watch this thing until the live stream later on that evening. So trying to avoid spoilers was like hell in a basket. And I still ended up getting spoiled on like a couple things. But overall, like the experience in itself was still great. It was emotional, and it was emotional the second time I watched it. Like even more so. There were a lot of things that really like just caught me by surprise, especially like how well these actors executed things. The scene that didn't hit me so much until I watched it the second time was Taro sitting down with Jin. And the thing is just like initially when they had their face-to-face like 2 episodes prior, they didn't look each other in the eye or anything like that. But this time they were interacting face-to-face, and then you find out why. It's because Taro forgot who Jin was. And I was just like, oh my God, right in the feels. And it was definitely very impactful in terms of like just how bittersweet it was. And is like the master of crafting out some bittersweet endings. And this one was definitely one of those that like you kind of accept how things ended up, but you're still like, we gotta live to see how tomorrow's gonna play out.
Right.
It's like so much of that. So easily like 10 out of 10 episode. And even when it came to reviewing it, I said that there's a lot of plot holes and plot threads that just never fully get addressed, that are left in the chopping block, and they never really talk about it. But I'm fine with it. Donbros was never a show that tried taking itself too seriously to the point that you get some plot threads that you're not gonna care about knowing the answer to. So,
and you should like generally with Sentai know that going in, like a majority of the seasons and even Rider to an extent, there's just things that are just gonna be left behind. It doesn't matter if you care about them and you base your own religion around those plot points. Honestly, it does not matter. Things are gonna get left behind, and especially with something by Inoue.
Yep.
I will say that. Do you guys remember that recap they did in Donbros?
Yes. It was the best thing in Donbros. It was one of the best things ever.
That was apparently that was a foreshadow to Taro's outcome of him losing his memories.
Oh, okay.
I mean, look, we always joke around that, Donbros is Revice done better than Revice. Like, they tackle so many story arcs that Revice tried doing, but they didn't linger on for too long. They didn't, dwell too much. So it was done masterfully well and better. Except for the whole Jiro combining at the end, and I was like, really? That's it? Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
that happened. We're just going to glance over it.
What about you, Frankie? Watching it the first time, second time, whatever, what were your overall feels that came out of you while you were watching?
So, I was already pretty emotional at the penultimate episode.
Right.
I actually thought the 49th episode was the last one. So I was already getting pretty emotional, but then when they showed the preview for the next episode, I'm like, oh my God, I got like one more episode with you guys. And I was so happy. But then when that day came around, I was like, it's the
See, we should have never watched it.
Donbrothers.
It never has to end if we never watch the last episode.
No,
Life
don't
hack.
be like Calvin. Don't be like Calvin.
It's
the
not
Calvin
over
slander.
though. The ride's not over though. So
No. I mean, like, look, we still got movies. We still got crossovers. Like,
we get a
Donbrothers
director's
is
cut of
here
the
to
final
stay.
episode. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
is that releasing for everyone, or just if you're a Toei Tokusatsu fan club, whatever member?
Subs will still be available.
That's true.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like
True.
that and several like Blu-ray releases that we need for several episodes. That we know that they cut out some scenes because they were deemed too real for the child audience. That I'm just like, yeah, we need some of these. So Donbros still has plenty of content for years to come.
Oh yeah.
Oh, precisely. Yeah. Like I really look forward to it because seeing this team go, it's like, dang, like you didn't think they would hit you that close, but they did. Like when Donbrothers started, we just got off of Zenkaiger, and Zenkaiger, like that is a season where the number one word that I could use to describe it is family.
Right.
Like they are just there for each other, and you feel like you're a part of it. You're Zenkai Black. I have Zenkai Black over here. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. So now that Donbrothers is over, even though I wouldn't necessarily say that the Donbrothers are a family, it still feels like it feels just as bad because I really did connect with these characters on a personal level, and to see them go, especially Taro, who just lost his memories. It's like, no, like we just developed these characters from all these arcs, and now we're just letting them go. And that's just how it is every year. But I feel like this time around, it's just extra special because Zenkaiger and Donbrothers are like a 2-in-1 deal, just in 2 different seasons. It feels like now that we're done with Zenkaiger, the series, and now Donbrothers, it's like, dang, now we're moving on to a new story, new setting and everything. Like it's as if like
until Taro shows up in a tavern in the next season.
I mean, I highly doubt it, given that they dropped production teams for this new one, so that's why. Yeah.
Theo, stop trying to kill my dreams. All right.
Look, if there's anything that the ending of Donbros taught me, and it was like the hidden symbolism of accepting loss, because that's exactly what they were going through. They were accepting the fact that they were losing Taro, and by the end of it, that they were fine. They moved on. So literally, the ending serves for us as a community to also move on past this. Like you've lived the journey. You've gone through this experience with these. You've seen them grow from the wacky characters that they were to just still being wacky, but you get that familial unit from them, because these guys did end up coming together as a unit by the end of things. Even the ones that they introduced late into the game, like Tsubasa being the real 6th Sentai of the team. I will die on that hill.
Absolutely.
But
you're not wrong.
But yeah, it's just the way that these guys all interact with each other, but then losing pretty much the paternal figure of them all, which was Taro, because Taro is the one that they were all lambasting in the beginning, and by the end of them, like they couldn't imagine a world without him.
Yeah.
But then they accepted it. So
yeah, I think that was what hit me the hardest too. Watching it was like, following all the way through. I have a thing where like a lot of the seasons that are my favorite seasons with Sentai, I like really follow for some reason the red or the leader quite a bit depending on the season. And Taro is just completely built different in the way that he is a red. And I like that he is a red that is, he's perfect. It doesn't matter. That's a detriment to him. In most shows, that would be a strength, where it's like, I'm perfect at everything. I'm a god. It's a detriment because he's struggling to understand connection, emotion, and how to like be human in any way, because nobody wants to be around him because he's perfect at everything and he makes them look bad. I mean, they had to hit it hard with him being 8 years old and the entire apartment complex and community leaves the entire neighborhood because he's so good at everything.
Serious.
Like,
when an 8-year-old got you moving away, that's crazy. Like, it's wild. No, and then you can start to see how that was affecting him emotionally later on in the season, especially when they visited Jiro's old house when he was talking to Tsubasa, and he's like, "May you please try to go in the fridge?" He was trying to be a little bit more genuine and human, instead of being like, "Go."
Oh, like the beginning of the series where he was kicking everybody's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and, like,
he
the
did
fact
do
is,
that.
the great thing about Taro is that he didn't change necessarily. Like, he's still that way, but he's grown to become more accepting of others and of himself. I feel.
Well, and I think he learned in a sense that his team are now on par with him to an extent. That they are capable and decent warriors that he can count on. They're not just these useless companions getting his way that he has to smack around and stuff like that. They've had their own battles on their own. You know, it's definitely illustrated by, I think what hit me the hardest watching it the second and the third time actually was the little vignettes where he visits each of the team members and talks to them about it. And basically asks all of them, are you sure you really wanted to be a Donbrother? And I like what everybody says. Haruka's was okay, but I think my favorite was Tsubasa, who literally just got dumped by Natsume, right? She's completely done with them, which, I mean, I sort of get, honestly. Like, I'm sad, but I get it. Like, I wouldn't want to be a criminal either, but, like, goddamn, he wasted a whole year of his life just to be like, deuces.
No,
that's that no-way plot cooking right there.
Yeah. And so even he was like, literally just was dumped like moments before to the point where Taro was like, who is that woman? Oh, that's Natsume. Oh, okay. Did it suck being a Donbrother? Like, he just has no tact, right? And he's like, no, I didn't actually. Because you know what? Even though I just got dumped by the love of my life, I still want to protect those that have love in their life, those that are striving to find love. And I think that was really interesting. I wasn't expecting it to come out of that storyline that he was going to be that way. I got real scared because there was some goofy ass promo image with him on a bench, and I was like, "Stop! We're not
the Jetman ending."
No, we didn't do that. And Kijino was a fucking psychopath most of the show, and ended up as like less of a psychopath or a psychopath they could guide.
I think
towards
he's
their
just
enemies.
accepted his life.
I gotta say something about Kijino. People are slandering him on Twitter a lot lately. It getting on my nerves.
They are. He deserved his ending. That's the thing. It's like, this is a guy who had no family. Literally, the only person in his life prior to being introduced to the Donbros was his wife. But even then, it's just like he was living the very simple life. He was like just had it chill. And even then, once he got the abilities, you saw that he was actually using it for good. But once he, people tried shattering his worldview and then like saying that his wife was a lie and all that stuff, he couldn't take that because, of course, it's like you pretty much are telling this guy that the only family member that he's had for God knows what, because we don't get his proper backstory in terms of any actual parents, siblings, or anything like that. But in terms of just the only family that he has is his wife. And you mean to tell him that that's lie? That's a worthless thing. Of course the guy's gonna snap. That's the only thing he had to cling on to. Yeah. So yeah, it's like it makes sense.
That bad. Like I know, like going into a crisis is one thing, but he was a Hisoki like 3 times.
He was only outdone by our boy Zio Minoru. He was only
Minoru out here.
Back. I didn't think he was gonna come back.
Yeah, he's got to come back. He's got to come back again for the cross. Like, I need him to come back. He's the
true extra ranger. But no, Kijino's hit hard because I like his arc of like, like Zio just said about having the whole thing where yes, everything in his life was just directed on Miho to the point where he didn't really know himself. It was a season of self-discovery for himself, and as he went on, he was surprised by and confused by and even disgusted by learning things about himself. Like, whoa, what do you mean? I like when people would compliment him on stuff in the beginning of the show, he would get like all like, whoa, like I have a girlfriend, basically type of energy, right? Whereas later in the show, he like is straight working with Tsubasa after just having like a standoff with him a few episodes before that. And like, you know what I mean? And so to see that arc of him going that far and being like, I found like strength in myself and blah, blah, blah was really cool. And I really enjoyed that. I think Sour Brothers was absolutely ridiculous and stupid. His little vignette in the last episode was dumb. He's just like, I do haikus and I'm better at it now. That was it. Nothing else.
Sour Brother as a character, like he's definitely one of those characters that was more in the background compared to everybody else. But he's still strong. Like, do not think that because he doesn't get as much focus as everybody else, like he's not that important of a character, especially on the team. No, he's definitely an essential on the team.
He proved his worth like towards the end when he pretty much sacrificed himself to have Sonoe get the finishing blow and free everybody back. Like that's where he proved himself as being the blue Sentai of the team. Like he normally had this I know better than you type attitude, but this was the time in which he actually admitted that, I don't have all the answers.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great moment for him.
It was a really badass moment too. Definitely a highlight in the season.
So there we go with the feelings there overall. I think that pretty much encapsulates most of it. Beyond that, I really wanted to discuss the final part of the episode, the battle and everything with Sonona. Is it Sonona and Sonoya? Is that what it is? Is that
I lost
Sonona and Sonoya, yes.
There we go. Okay. So, for one, a strength of the show, in my opinion, is that there was never any actual true real villain faction that lasted and were anything. The villains were just our friends we made along the way, basically. So I didn't care that much that these random Executioner Sentai alum actors came in and just took powers from someone else and they were the last.
We literally had Kaiser from Fives and Yellow Natsumi from Car Ranger. And that's basically who they just fought.
Yeah. And so I was fine with it. And I like that they... I knew Inu was going to do something beautiful with people being like, where the fuck's the fucking roll call? Roll call has been a thing, what's going on? Because we were it was basically the secret power of Zenkaiger, right? Every episode was a different roll call.
Yeah.
So I love in this one though, they do their roll call finally because Taro, they don't even know at this point that he's fully out of it memory-wise. He's like, identify yourselves, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, okay. He just wants to, he's trying to pump them up. No,
he forgot.
Straight has no fucking clue who they are. So that was really sad. That was a mixed emotion there. And then they all do their thing, even oh my God, seeing the Naoto in the roll call. Oh my God, I felt like a kid. I felt like a kid watching college.
Murasame?
Yeah, my boy.
I was like, what?
Sharkman Cool. Yeah, we'll talk about him in a little bit. And then they get all done and they're just staring at Taro and he's just just nothing, right?
Do you know what to say? He's you'll line if you need it.
Right. But then this moment where he sees the manga and it reminds him, at least for that little bit, enough to say what he's supposed to say, and then he spins the fucking sword a billion times like Sonic and just destroys the last Naoto.
That was hilarious.
Anything
Honestly,
people that were there.
Finisher.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then he was gone. So that was really cool. That was a really decent fight. I do agree with Zio in his review, though, that I find it interesting that those two Naoto were just super freaking mega overpowered out of nowhere, that the whole team was struggling that hard. It was a little much.
Sorry. The whole team was struggling for both episodes. The King Soldier Monster, Hitotsuki, they did not. It was Taro who got that one. And then now this time around, Taro again saving the day with these two. It just goes to show Taro's level of power when literally a group of 8 to 9 people couldn't have get it. But I'm sure they would have got it eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then to follow that up with, or right before that, where Sonoi had his little moment with the rest of them and they're at the Odin thing or whatever. And the moment when he realizes that Taro's forgotten him, my heart shattered. It just fell apart.
Yeah.
And you see Haruka too is what? How, of all the people, your boyfriend, you don't remember? You know,
we still have time to make it canon.
It's y'all had broken up, y'all had made up. Now he forgot you to your face.
That's tough.
But at least literally, you can still eat noodles together. Yeah, but at least by the end, they technically had the meal that Taro first promised to Sonoi. So I thought that was a nice, bittersweet touch that they're doing to it. They're finally having the meal that they always promised each other, only for Taro to not understand the context of it
and the significance of it. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what I thought was interesting too, was just that whole thing where he they all outside know something wrong, but the way the actor holds this persona of being Taro, he doesn't let it show through until they ask him something specific. And even when little moments where he's oh, your name's Kijino, that actually means strength. You should be really proud of yourself. And he has no clue who Kijino is at that point. And it's really, really sad. And I was oh my God, how is this going to all come together? And it did, and it made me more depressed than I was at the beginning. So, yeah.
It was really hard.
Very hard. Yeah, it was an emotional finale. It really was.
A really well-written one. Really well-written. I'm really happy with how nicely the season wrapped up, because one of my concerns around the time that we recorded our first podcast episode together was that they were going to start all these arcs and stories, but then they wouldn't wrap it up. They wouldn't finish it. I mean, we just said that there are some that are a little bit iffy, but those are the little bit ones that are in the background. The main arcs of the show, they wrapped up, and they did it beautifully. I'm so happy with the way that they did it, and it honestly just makes the show even more memorable to me. You know,
Yeah,
I'm really
absolutely. Yeah. No, I think a majority, a large swath of the things they really like. Oh God, what are they going to do? They mostly took care of by the end. I do agree with Zeal. There are some things kind of left not really dealt with at all. We can get into that if we want to jump into like the overall season thoughts. We can definitely do that. I do think I like Donbros being in the roll call. Oh yeah, here we go, woohoo! But also, what were we doing there? Because I hear conflicting things. One I think I heard is that Murasame was never really supposed to be in the show. Toei was just like, hey, here's a toy, make a character, fuck you. And then he was like, all right, I guess, and just wrote a story for this character who's not really a person. And it kind of worked because when you look at it from the aspect of Murasame being an object who learns that he could have humanity or somewhat understand emotion, and that doesn't quite vibe with him. So he goes back to his programming, which is how I saw the mother thing. It was like this internal programming thing. Because we never get to see him untransformed, right? It's just the sword summons the body and he goes and fights and does things, right? So like, to an extent, I get it and it's cool, but I feel like he gets dropped pretty like quickly and then brought back in and then dropped and then brought back in. And I think there was more that they could have done there, especially how fascinating it was his connection with Jiro. That was really, really interesting to me. And then they did it for like 3 episodes and then it just went away and they didn't do a whole lot with it. And it made me very sad. So
that is a bummer.
Yeah. I still love my Purple Shark Ninja Boy, but I just want more for him.
But at the end, he was at that point in his, like, I don't know, character development where he started to realize, like, hey, like, I can fight for myself. I don't have to listen to this voice in my head, or I don't have to fight someone because I'm told to. Like, I am going to rebel,
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they're going to, like, obviously, like, touch upon that in future
I mean,
Well,
they
it shows
kinda did.
movies.
What?
They kind of did, because if you remember the episode before when Sonaza explains to Haruko the reason why he wrapped up Murasame like in her manga was to teach him humanity.
Yeah.
So that's how they put in that one liner, what seemed like a very random act, to be kind of the reason why Murasame came off the way that he did at the end of things. But I still think it's pop out. But whatever. They it cooked. Whatever.
Yes. No, absolutely.
Oh man. Honestly, overall, like, Donbrothers is a really emotional season. It's hilarious most of the time, but when you really like look under the surface, you start to really connect to these characters on an individual, personal level. And I feel like for our B topic, we can start to get into that, discuss whether or not we still have our favorite characters from the last episode and all that fun jazz.
Does somebody have like a marching band playing outside or something? I'm hearing like a low little doo-doo.
I am also hearing that.
I don't know who it is.
Let me see. Is it
I had my fan on, but that's.
Is it silent?
It sounds like someone's trying to drum.
Yeah, drum
I'm on
line.
mute, so if you still heard it, it wasn't me.
We got the congos going.
I don't know.
Yeah. So overall, as a season,
Festival.
how do we feel? Because I've been having a bit of a crisis recently with this. Because Zio mentioned bittersweet endings, right? And for the most part, I'm not always the biggest fan of them. Jetman does it really well. And there's not a lot of other ones to me that do it and it doesn't piss me off because like I don't want it to be like happy Disney ending, but some people write a bittersweet ending as a middle finger to the people that have been watching the show, right? Depending on the series and what we're looking at. But this show did it so well. Like I don't understand how it could pull it off so well. And because of that, it's fighting Ryu Soldier as my number 1 right now, like in a heated battle. And I don't know. I know, Frankie. It's very
Let's go, Donbros. Let's go.
But it really is.
It
really is. I know. I'm playing that. I absolutely. And I never thought that I would love a show this much in the way that it has this kind of an ending to it, where we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we get some little pinpoints where it's like, okay, cool, and we know about the Versus movie, and I get that, but like it doesn't completely leave you with nothing. But it doesn't give you every single happy thing that could happen. You know what I mean? And I kind of respected it for that because I thought he was going to kind of kitty glove it a little bit because it's a show for kids. But again, he didn't do that for Jetman, so I guess it doesn't matter.
I have not seen Jetman yet, and that's a good thing I haven't.
You need to. It's good stuff.
Yeah, boy.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been kind of wrestling with thoughts-wise about the show. I really enjoy all the characters. Taro is still probably my absolute favorite Red right now as far as a leader character. Amazing. Never thought I'd enjoyed a villain as much as Sonoy. And the most of the Don Brothers, other than Sour Brother, I'm cool with. I don't hate Sour Brother, but he needs more time to do something for me to care.
He's my least favorite of good because he doesn't do that.
Yeah, other than what Zio said about his moment of sacrifice to help, get the team back. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But that was like a little pin drop in a big pile of nothing that's happened for him up to that point. So
I will say it's funny though. What is this beef with Sonoza the whole time? I'm still trying to figure that whole thing
if I
out.
remember right, Sonoza started it when they were like deciding if they're gonna let them join because he's like, I don't like the monkey for no reason.
Well, yeah, because like Sonoza's like, oh, we're stronger than all of you guys, and then Sarbo's like, wait a minute, that's not true.
Excuse me, sir?
We're strong too, and then they were just like bickering at each other.
Yeah, they're just like dick measuring after that.
Yeah, it's like we should be part of the main team. Nah, you'll be the side team. We're the main team. It's called the Donbrothers, so it's us.
Right. Donbrothers and company.
Yeah.
Company.
You guys can stand over there. You don't need to be in the front. But yeah, eventually they when he dropped the Sunday on his lap.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Like,
that definitely was not imagination.
No, it was a real Sunday.
He didn't even have any protectant under his pants. He just let the Sunday drop and
know what he was doing for writing that scene.
Oh, and his innuendos. It's just free real estate for me.
Yeah.
I mean, Sonoy and Taro are literally. Like,
oh my god! Everything.
Look, there were so many innuendos within the show itself that I was just like, you just keep giving this to me, but it's just like, oh my god.
Innuendo.
Inoue is a horny guy, unfortunately.
Oh, he absolutely is. If you have not seen Cutie Honey Alive, I dare you to go watch that toku.
I've heard it's intense.
It's good. Damn good.
Oh boy.
What about you, Brokusatsu? So you said Star Brothers are your least favorite. Who's your most favorite?
Sonoy. I fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
I fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
His arc spoke to me a lot in the show. I was like, okay, this guy want to know. This guy want to know about human emotion and all that and humanity. Okay, I'm down with that. Oh, okay, you met your soon-to-be boyfriend / rival on the show, and I love that chemistry. Him and Tara had the best chemistry the whole entire show.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know to this day how I feel about his fit, but
hey, listen, hold on.
Hey, we're just gonna move on.
Sir? He is a leader of fashion in the Naruto world. Excuse you.
Yeah, there's a reason why people that stroll down the catwalk don't wear what they wear on the catwalk outside, because it should remain on the catwalk.
Listen,
exactly.
Yeah. I'm not going to accept the absolute ferocity that he's taking right now for that drip of a fit all the way through. I wanted to see a different one than just the one they always wear every single day, but we're not going to.
He wore a tux one time. That's it.
Oh, he did, yeah. And at the end of it, at the little ceremony, that he was that. Yeah.
You also get the livery hats.
That too.
Ooh, I forgot.
That counts as a whole.
And the Santa fit at the Christmas time. Santa fit.
Yes.
I forgot.
Yep.
Him, Sonui, and Sonoza became Santa Claus for that weird episode.
Yeah. No, Sonoy was good. I thought he had an awesome arc. I think that the most of the Naruto did. I really didn't expect Sonoza to have something I gave a shit about. But as soon as they started pulling him and Haruka together, I was like, oh, so we're going to pair a down brother with each of these Naruto and do something there, right?
He's otaku.
Yeah. And I thought that was really, I thought that was really good because I don't know. In my heart, I'm like, they're going to make them Sonoy brother and Sononi sister, like give them full Down Brothers forms and Down Blasters. I'm like, you know what? Probably not. And that's okay if they don't. Because
and then show he became her editor. He became her editor.
Yep.
We're like, okay, so where did you go to school for this? And he's just like, what school?
I'll kill you. Don't ask me that question.
And also, let's respect that Inoue was in the final episode, as he always
was.
in the
Yeah.
Get that early
Shout out.
cameo, first second in.
Yeah.
Had to do it.
Absolutely
Gotta
beautiful.
give credit where credit is due. Hello, Zio.
Right.
Who's your favorite character? Is it still the same from last episode?
Well, I will start by saying who my least favorite character is.
Oh,
It better be
Okay.
spots. I'll be mad.
It's not. It's actually Jiro.
Okay.
I
All
felt
right.
that Jiro, they dropped the ball on Jiro. They completely did. They set this man up for so much when it came to his character arc. And then the final payoff, I was like, really? That's it?
That's it.
That's the entire
that's
thing.
literally what I thought to myself too when watching that episode when he like fused his two personalities together. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's like, oh, is that
Just
easy? If
mature
that was
now?
the case, like when Jin told you, like the other one could have just come out and been like, he's right, let's go. All right. Fuse.
So,
That's it.
who else
Fusion,
agreed with me that Tarbo is the true six of the team for the two of them? Because I prefer Tarbo more than Goku.
Oh yeah, Tor. Yeah. Toradora.
No, but the other thing is, like, I feel like a lot was copped out when it came to his plot line, when it came to like Terasaki-san and all that, because before like my live stream yesterday, I quickly like skimmed through every single episode, and when I got to like his debut episode, I'm like, first thing he does is resign from his job, says goodbye to his friends. All his friends have those dialogues. It's like Terasaki literally crafted the whole like village for him, including like a fake job and all that stuff, fake boss, parents for like his girlfriend, not girlfriend, all that stuff. Why'd
their
you go to those
dog,
extremes?
The dog's favorite food.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I'm just
the
like,
the
Fake
school
that
prescription
makes
is
no
bus.
sense.
refilled at the fake pharmacy so we can take it for his fake illness he doesn't have.
Then you throw in like the seed of he might be a Juto, because when Murasame gives him that like finisher move and then he stays in bed for like 3 episodes straight, like wondering whether or not he's going to
Literally.
die, because we know that Murasame is only like fully effective against the Juto. That started like planting the seeds. Is he a
Right.
Juto?
And
Then
you
we have
the,
him.
the little origami. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he spends another episode. He folds the origami at the end, and it's just like, oh shit, he is a Juto.
Nope.
Only for us to find out, no, not really. We don't really know what he is. He's just, he just has two
I just
personalities
have a
for the sake of
weird
having
dad
two personalities.
Who taught me how
Yeah.
to fold
Yeah.
paper birds?
And it's just like, wow. So the entire character arc of like original Jiro trying to like wanting to one up Taro and face off, which you would think that if they did face off, that would be like his proper arc to getting a unison form. No, we didn't get that at all. And then when they did fuse, we didn't get at least give us a cape. At least give us a cape.
Yo,
No,
I'm
Liberty
saying
Lion,
like
let's
when he
go!
fused and all that change was his costume outside of the
Back
suit
here,
where he
that's
got,
it.
like I'm like, oh. I thought on Twitter, like when that episode debuted where he fused his two personalities, I thought I was gonna like get leaked a new suit. And I was trying to avoid it, but then when the episode came, I felt so underwhelmed. I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah.
okay, cool.
They completely dropped the ball.
Well, and it makes me sad because I was rooting for and excited to see Inoue make a Sixth Ranger, because he was out of Sentai before Sixth Rangers were a thing. He hadn't been writing it, and then jump back in after it had really been a thing. So to have him be able to write, I was like, okay, cool. And same thing, I was like, okay, we're doing this. Nope, that was dropped. Okay, now we're doing the crane. Oh, now we're dropped. And now he fused. What are we doing?
I wouldn't even be mad if they did a repaint of Gold Momotaro, but like for him.
Something.
I
Give him
wouldn't
something.
even be upset. Like as long as we get something to show,
Or at least
how
like the
he's-
chest piece of Toro Bowl and the headpiece of something. They could have kit bashed the suit.
something.
You could do like
I feel
a
like it was such
yin-yang
like a
thing.
last second thing. They're like, we really don't have anything to show off. Like I don't know,
Yep.
maybe grab this piece from that costume and just put it there and slick his hair back and I don't know, call it a day.
Yeah. So wasted opportunity on that. Taro is still my favorite though. Taro
One second.
still remained the favorite, and the reason why was really showcased off when he dominated at the Juto Forest by just
Yeah.
talking. By just talking. He gave us a helmetless scene, just exuding that big Momo energy, and just told everybody, stay in your lane, don't mess with nobody, and you don't have to worry about me. That's it. I'm out. And then that's it. That's all he had to do. He literally talked away the threat. And with that, I'm just like, that's genius. He didn't
Yes.
even raise a fist to them.
Nope.
He just No. Helmetless scene without needing to fight, just right there, just fanning himself.
Yes.
Telling you that stay in your lane. This is for don't mess with humans.
Yeah.
And it's just like, cool. You sealed off that gate. Why is Jin still locked up though? So
right.
So, once again,
What's
plot
going on
holes
there?
in some instances, but you get some good moments in the other aspects. But yeah, no, Taro overall ended up really just cementing himself as my favorite red Sentai in general, just from the way that, you know, he admitted his faults. He knew that he was good at a lot of things. He ass pulled nonstop. Even when Jiro got his United Front and Taro saw him and they were already in Danoni Taijin, it was like, oh, I see you got a new form. Well, I got one too. Gold out of nowhere. It's just like, where'd that come from?
He just pulls out these new forms out of nowhere. Like with Robotaro, he's like, all right, I feel better now. Here, let me just debut this. And then the best suit we've seen in the whole season. And then for Goldon, it just happened. He's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Man,
like,
died, got power
up
up
to it, but
to impress his new boyfriend, and bam.
Got a power up that he didn't even need, because you see how OP he beat
Right.
Sonona and Sonoya without going Goldon.
He did.
All
Like,
he had to do was
He did.
Yep.
Yep.
just
Yeah.
It's literally aesthetics. Taro is literally just aesthetics. Everything is really just the man underneath when it comes
See,
to
Zach,
it. So
Taro has a drip. Not so annoying. Sorry.
Taro does. No, honestly, Taro does. Like,
got that working man vibe.
An ocean of drip. Yeah.
Can I say something though? Every time like the whole Donbrothers team is getting their ass kicked, I always think to myself like, dude, like, can't you use Robotaro? Like, I feel like that was kind of a thing in the beginning of this
Avatar
season
change into any other team.
yeah, they completely forgot about that.
Boy, we ain't Go Kaiser for that. We ain't
when
Go
was the
Kaiser
last-
for that.
When was the last time they did that? Like for Ryu Soldier?
no, so
I don't
technically the last time we saw it was when Tsubasa used the Ninjark sword and he changed into Ninja Black to use it.
Yeah, he did.
That was the last time we got it, which was on it not that long ago. It was honestly like a month or so ago.
40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was the last time, but before that, it was a while.
Yeah.
So
They were just focusing on anything else. I kind of miss when Master Black was collecting the gears after each Sotsuki like disappeared, as if he was making a collection. That's also something that I kind of wish that they like touched
He
upon.
did do that in the Donbros movie with the Hurricane gear. So that's good to hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
True, but why is he collecting it? Like I
Yo, look
wanted
at
to
this
see
comment.
like what was he doing?
He's
Evolve Jiro.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
I can
again,
best it.
it would have been something. Something. They gave us close to nothing, and that's kind of a shame. But yeah, like I was saying, like we don't need to know so much about Master Black because we all accepted as a community that him remaining a mystery is kind of the whole point of his character.
That's why I love him. That's why I love this guy so much. That's why I love
He's really
him so
cool.
much.
But with how big the shop is, like, oh, there's room for everything. I feel like he would have like a little like Toku display
Listen,
of like each gear.
Listen.
Yeah.
He
What if
referenced
he's trying to
Zenkaiser
collect
so many
gears to,
times
like,
in that
go
rest,
to
in
Zenkaiser
that
World?
shop, and I loved it.
Yes. Yes.
Yo. All right. Well, I guess it's my turn to talk about my least and most favorite. So, my least favorite character are the two Cerebrins at the end of the show. I kind of didn't really care too much for them.
Yeah.
They just showed up. They're like, you've been doing really bad, I see.
Yeah. Now you're fucking
All right.
dead.
And then they just go. You know, it felt like a lazy way to get rid of the second Cerebrin
the Team Rocket Naotos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Purple. He didn't have to die, but
Look, Sonoroku still like got rid of a baby. We lost a whole baby.
No,
He did. He did.
That baby
You
never came
reminded
back.
me.
was
You
so
reminded me. I
fucking
saw that. I'm like,
unhinged,
wait,
and it did
that baby's not
happen.
coming back. Like he really yeeted a baby out of existence. And
I feel
We're
sorry
not
for
gonna
that.
talk about it either.
That baby stuck
it's
in
gonna
the
be brought up.
games now, and you know him now as Ace Ukyo.
Oh my fucking.
Oh my god, the ties
Yes,
are
let's
all
go.
making sense.
Let's
You
go.
heard it here, guys.
Yes.
The first. To
That's
reveal
how he
it.
got stuck in the games.
Clip it.
Yes.
Clip it.
That's how Jeets is now a thing. Let's do this.
That's right.
Oh,
right.
but yeah, no, they just kind of showed up and then they were gone. So
Right.
it's like, okay.
I mean, hey, give them credit. They
Cool.
showed up as quickly as they were absolutely fucking gobsmacked away by Taro in the end. So
They
I
even
mean,
have their own suits. Like if they had their own suits, which I know is a tall order, but if they had their own suits, I feel like they'd be a little bit more memorable, but they kind of were just there.
Yeah.
I feel like just for like the senior actors,
You could
just be a part of something, and to
you
get
can
rid of
already
the-
tell that you can already tell
Yeah,
production. Okay, you know what? Yeah, no, not making no new suit. Jump
Nah,
on,
just let them steal the other ones. Who gives-
Besides,
Yeah.
like, wasn't their costume literally just a robe?
Pretty
Like,
much.
was that
Yeah,
not their
pretty much.
costume?
Yeah.
So
Pretty
I
much.
feel like they just grabbed it from a closet, gave it some contacts,
Along with
painted
the
their nails, and
actors.
they're like, all right, go
At
ahead.
least we
Use
got
it.
Kaiser again, but it didn't feel like Kaiser didn't feel like Kaiser in that episode. It just
Oh,
felt like
that's how it's pronounced. I've always said it. I always thought it was Kaisha. Okay, well,
No, it's
I don't
Kaiser.
fucking know. Kaiser.
I think it's really just the actor cameo for the
Yeah.
reason why they wanted to do that, especially since Kohei Murakami, that actor, is so tied with Inoue in terms of like they just hang out on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So
He
of course
did
they had to
say
do it.
He did say that he did watch every episode. He did say he watched every episode of Donbros regularly.
He did.
So,
Wow.
He was enjoying
So he's
it.
like,
So of
yeah,
course getting that
Oh
info.
man, I think he's gonna show up and kick our
I guess
asses
he
now.
got on the
God
show.
damn it.
Only interesting thing that I can remember about them is how like to transform instead of just
They
touching their
fucking
little
lick the fucking
watch, they're like,
changer.
and then
Stop.
it's like, okay,
yeah.
So we're gonna get enough of that in fucking Geets with Barabot or fucking stupid jelly bean. Stop.
the jelly beans.
Hey, she's a dentist's best friend, best customer.
Right.
I
It's true.
guess.
See
So-
Ozzy 2.0. So moving on.
Last episode, I said that Kijino was my favorite character in the show.
Oh, boy.
He says,
So,
we'll be right back.
okay, so like, look, at the beginning of the episode, I was ready to say no, not anymore. But after like we kind of touched upon him as a character, I realized that he's not like my least favorite in any means. Like he's still definitely one of my favorites, but he's not my most favorite anymore.
Right.
After watching this series, I would confidently say that my most favorite character is Sononi.
Hell yeah.
She
Hell yeah.
definitely
Wait a minute.
grew as a character
Meanwhile-
throughout this.
Hold on, I gotta crack open a new drink for that one.
Oh, God,
No, get the mustard. Get the mustard.
Let's go.
Oh, do we want to do the mustard now? Okay.
Let's do the mustard now, I
We're doing it.
guess. I mean, don't drink too much. It's a lot of sugar.
I'm gonna chug it. I'm gonna
Don't
die.
No.
I'm
dilute it
gonna
with water or
die. He
something.
says, no.
All right.
You're gonna
Oh, wait,
put-
wait.
Meanwhile, Sononi.
Oh, stop, please, I can't watch this anymore, please.
Oh my god. Oh,
Yo, you okay?
that's bad. That is terrible.
Oh
Oh,
my
Oh
god.
my god, the burps are even worse.
Do you need
That's
a
worse
minute?
than ranch. That's worse than ranch. Oh my
That's
god.
worse than
the
ranch.
trash can? I don't want you throwing up on stream, bro.
Oh,
I think
no,
that
that's
means
not
you
the
got it.
throw
It's
up.
You
fine.
need the bathroom?
Ooh.
You guys need the
Are you
bathroom?
okay?
That's ooh shit. That's bad.
Oh my god. He wasn't kidding us. He shot back. That was like
Shit,
5
I do
seconds. The
forget.
soundbite
Oh my
finished.
god. Y'all are
After-
welcome.
Wow.
Oh,
Now I
ooh,
feel
this
bad for bringing up
aftertaste is
Sononi. Okay.
go on.
Water.
Go on.
Anyway, Frankie, by
Anyway.
her cute little thing where she was stopped by fucking Sonoy trying to get close to Tsubasa when they were numbering each other.
Yeah.
Listen,
Sononi literally had to pull her
listen,
back. Like, stand up,
listen.
bro. Stand up.
Listen, she did the same thing in the final episode to him, and it's funny though.
Yeah, because he was
that's
trying to go
true.
after Taro.
So I was like, who are you?
The fuck are you?
That's crazy. No, but yeah, like Sononi as a character has really grown on me. Like at first I just wasn't really sure what they were doing with her. I was just seeing her as like one of the antagonists and letting
She
it
was
be that.
just in no ways
Fetish.
fetish for a horny character in the show.
Pretty much.
Yeah, in a way. I saw that too.
Yeah.
But later
Let me
on
bring out the
I-
shirt just in case.
Oh, no, what he's really doing is throwing up. 'Cause that shit was awful.
Dumbura,
No, I can't believe that we just witnessed that live. No, Inferno, like I'm saying. What I just say, like he needs water.
He needs water, right? Definitely further. He definitely.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
There it is. Gotta have it.
Sure.
Yeah, I got her on every single one of these letters.
Oh my god.
You're amazing, Leo. I love you. But yeah, like later on in the season, she really started to develop as a character and really like stood out to me the most because with all the Nuto or Cerebrins, like they were trying to like I understand what humanity is, right? That was kind of like their thing, even though they weren't really meant to. And they all had their own thing going on, but with her specifically, like it's an interesting case because she was trying to understand love. And what ended up happening for her was that she fell in love with who else
A
but
dog.
Subasa,
A dog.
a dog,
Yeah.
a Dawn brother, a brother of
And
Dawn.
by the way, they
you know,
swap heights when they transform. I just fucking realized that at episode 50.
Oh,
like a
yeah.
goddamn idiot. They literally
They swap
nearly
heights,
swap
too.
heights. I mean, like, not exactly, because Enid Brother's like fucking 4 feet tall. But I mean, like, she's pretty
4
short
feet
and her
is tall
human
for
when
Enid
she's
Brother.
normally a person.
I mean, she's
But
4'11",
Yeah.
the actress is, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
she's a tiny little
4'11",
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm taller than her. That's
Hey!
not saying a lot. That's not saying a lot at all. I'm saying that like as if like that makes me.
I'm taller. Meanwhile,
She's
I'm
3
taller.
feet. Whoa, I'm taller. But anyway, I'm 5'4". So anyway, I'm really enjoying her character throughout the whole season, and when she finally had that like whole moment with Tsubasa of like sacrificing herself, and even to the point of her dying, it's like wow, like you really see her develop into this, like I would even say new person. You know, because in the beginning, like I felt like she was very selfish.
She
And
was.
now at the end, she was very selfless. And it shows when she was doing all that for Tsubasa. And now at the end,
I
where they made
think
it clear
when,
that they're still running away from the cops together because now she's a fugitive. It's
Yeah.
hilarious to me how that's just
And they
that's just
don't
how they wrap her up as a
exactly
character.
say that they're together or fucking making out and in a couple and anything. They're
No,
just
no, but they're
dude,
definitely
just on the
close.
run and shit.
They're
you know?
close
They
now,
don't
yeah.
have to. Now it's fine if they do because fuck Natsume leaving my bro behind. But if they don't, that's okay too. So
That was so frustrating to watch. Because we saw
because
how,
it happens
how many
in real goddamn life. Not exactly. Not everybody's a fucking, transform CG dog with a fucking gun that turns them into,
Well, the thing is, the seeds were all there for Natsumi not to work out with Tsubasa. The thing is, it's like,
Yeah.
if
I
you
think
go
what's
back
painful is
to,
that we
like,
knew it was coming.
yeah, and even looking back at, like, the flashbacks of, like, him interacting with her back in the day, like, you could already see, like, the vainness that she had because he took out a
I've seen
whole
it to
credit
all the
card and went into
girls.
debt, like, buying, like, her dresses and expensive stuff. And then once we got, like, the Crane Juto portraying the proper Natsumi, we saw just how we had these guys just throwing themselves at her, and she was taking advantage of all that. And technically, like, it looked like she was kind of playing Tsubasa in that same kind of vein as well. And it's just like she didn't want that. So when she lived her dream of just settling down and just having a basic life, that ended up being better for her. And seeing what Tsubasa was going through now for, technically the crime of their theater troupe still being asleep, and they never addressed that. They're still asleep.
Yeah.
They
They're
never
tired,
did.
man, aren't you? Fuck.
Never forget. Do they ever explicitly say why they wanted Natsumi to be the Crane Juto?
No. So that's
No.
another thing. It's like, I know last time I was on here, I predicted that the Juto that kidnapped her would end up being final boss. No, that man doesn't exist. That's just a thing. That was a setup that just never got paid off
No,
as well.
mysterious
So.
entity just came in, kidnapped her, and
out of nowhere.
that's
Just,
it.
Evil Shadow Juto was like, guess what? I'm evil and stuff. Say bye to your girlfriend, bitch, and then just left.
one of the few Jutos that in Juto form could actually still talk as well. It's just like, yeah, you had all the mysterious setups and then nothing. Absolutely.
They'll be the villain for the crossover. No.
You know that ain't gonna happen.
No, it's not. I know. Thank you. And you
They
always keep me
completely.
straight
If
on
they
it.
didn't do anything with it now, they definitely won't do anything with it in the future. But it's all right. Like we're gonna.
Oh,
That's right. I died last night. I died tonight.
Bro, where do you even buy that?
So there's a gag soda shop because these are literally gag drinks.
That's
So
a thing.
yeah,
It
it's
says
called,
not meant for consumption. Oh, that's weird.
Lester's Fixings. Oh my god, let me see if this thing works. But
You
yeah,
gotta do the makeup guru thing. You gotta be like,
yeah. No, so they have a whole bunch of different flavors. This all started over a debate over the flavor of red velvet cake in my Discord server. Eventually, like, okay, first off, I gotta ask, what flavor is red velvet cake? Is it red or chocolate?
Oh fuck.
Flavor red. What does that even mean?
Passion. Taro.
I don't even know. I'm definitely not chocolate.
I will answer it this way, Zio. Yes.
I'm on the red team. Like, it's got to be red flavor.
Red tastes like red velvet.
No, I mean it tastes like artificial flavoring.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but doesn't all colors taste that way?
Yeah, you know, if you are under enough
Blue
like
velvet.
And now we're
hallucinogenics.
changing the topic. The topic across the bottom here is gonna.
You know, you should go to that soda shop, that gag soda shop, and like recommend a new flavor of Sononi Sweat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sononi dark water.
People would
Yeah,
be
I'll make that myself.
the whole rack. No, you will personally sell.
I will be the spokesman. Yes, I will do those commercials.
You will make a new T-shirt.
Yeah.
And all. You can just grab a water bottle and then make the. Please do that for a gag in your video. Just like put like a grab a water bottle and be like
for the crossover movie. There we go. That's it.
There you go. And you gotta.
And I
say
want
it
real
was from
fucking
here.
footage of you really going in there and then being like, "What the fuck are you talking
No,
about?"
grab it from it. Like put the product there, leave, start recording, go back in, grab it, and then go back to.
It's like, excuse me, I'm gonna go film a bit over here. I know I don't have a permit for it, but
It's fine.
I
It's
got
a
this
gag.
nice
We're gonna
headpiece.
Yeah.
They like
So-
Yeah.
Yo,
Do you
by the
guys
way,
know
that is so cool.
Zio Agito on YouTube? Do you guys watch Tokusatsu? That's me.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you don't just buy a soda and get out.
Yeah. If you don't
No, you
buy
should
it-
show them the clip of you drinking their soda. That's literally free
Hey.
publicity.
It is.
Hello, you just help them
You
out.
downed it.
I downed it.
We're
I
trying to
shouldn't
get you
have. I'm
sponsors,
gonna feel
dude.
it.
Dude,
gonna
the
feel it.
JGP is gonna be fucking rough. You need all the sponsors you can get, okay?
You're right. Bai has not answered my request yet, so I got to look elsewhere.
Talk to Thomas. Be like, how do I do that?
How do you buy?
Yeah. So everyone said their favorite and least favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Least favorite was Sour Brother for me, but most favorite was Taro. And if, I can't fucking stand the two dumb Nautas at the end. But yeah.
Well then, I feel like we're ready to move on to King Ocha. Honestly, guys, like I look forward to seeing more Donbrothers content in the future because they're obviously not done. They're gonna do a lot more.
no,
So
no,
we're
it's gonna
gonna
be
continue
cooking.
eating. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
We haven't even gotten the
Oh,
Auto Ranger
Oh,
thing.
wait. While we're here,
Yes.
what was that? What did you say?
The Auto Ranger thing. They're supposed to do like
yeah.
they did with Hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did that with Hurricane. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
there's
you doing that, right?
Yeah,
there's
they
an
are
Auto
doing that
Ranger
with
as well.
Power Ranger. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
I'll
the
be
thing.
tuning
Just
in.
kind of hoping it would
Japan.
happen during the run of the show, but okay.
Whatever. I wanted to bring up the Versus movie with Zenkaiger. I wanted to talk about their little power up that they're.
But more importantly, the new person running the cafe,
Oh,
fucking Murasame, is running the cafe.
yeah.
I actually have not seen that.
What if he just takes off his helmet and it's nothing?
Listen.
There's
a perfect explanation for that. He's just feeling it because Kaito
credits.
went out of town just to do some random shit, and now we got Zenkaiser Kaito here again for some reason.
Right? That's how they're going to do it. That's how they're not going to have both Kaitos in the same movie. They're going to be at the end of it and at the start of it and never
Yeah.
interacting with
Yeah,
each
He
that-
switches
other.
persona
would be
via
really
jacket. That's it.
No, he's gonna pull a Juro and he's just gonna like take off his bow tie. He's gonna be like, "Hey guys, Zenroku that quickly, just like a switch, just like that." Joe's like, "How do you do that?"
Is that a character arc? How do we do that?
Oh my god, what? No, it'd be funny if Murasame is like a manga nerd. Like he's just like always asking Haruka for like manga. That'd be funny. I don't know, like
Because he always
more of a
gave off
character.
like a young little kid vibe, like a little baby
He
vibe.
definitely is. Like
His
a little
voice
baby.
actor is a
He's
young
baby.
guy.
No, his voice actor is my age. He's in his 30s.
He looked young though. At the
No, that man is 33, 34 years old.
Oh,
Look him
yeah.
up.
No,
It's a
damn.
funny visual. Murasame's like
But he does look
33.
like a child. He does look like a child, but yes.
No, it's true. Definition of babyface.
But yeah, I like how just like the rest of it, do we not have a goddamn clue what the fucking plot is at all, except the teams coming together and fighting, not
I
even with
kind of
each
saw
other.
something on Twitter,
Listen,
but I'm just gonna take it with a grain of salt.
Listen, why is my boy Zox and my girl Flynn causing trouble? Like, I love those two, but they're causing
Because
Have you
they're
met them?
pirates and have you seen Zenkai?
They do that all the time. They even when they were like really close to the team at the end of the season, they were still like, "All right, well, gonna go cause chaos somewhere else."
Yeah, this is
Well,
cool, but
yeah,
you guys are
you guys.
fucking dumb. I want to go get
They
money.
did team up at Marvelous a couple of times, so
Yeah.
also that too.
Yeah,
Are they? I haven't seen anything about Stacy in there, or is he there?
I think so. I thought Stacy was supposed
I
to be
think
part
I
of it.
saw
I'm-
Hawkeiser, which is
Yeah, Hakai.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Because
We need to
it's
talk
like-
about something. Hold on. Let me be the one to talk about this. Jesus fucking Christ. So in the shot, right, they do the trailer. It's really fast. All the shots. One of the final things we see is everybody transforming, right? And we get fucking, oh my God. I love it so much because I was like, yes, of course. Thank you, Sentai. Fucking Kaito's dad with everyone else becoming Hakaiser, right? But he doesn't have a fucking changer. He's just like this with his fucking hand.
That's
Yep.
who
Nothing
he
in
was.
his hand.
I saw that
And
guy at
I
the
am
end of the the
so
team picture. I'm like,
I'm so
I-
happy.
I
Honestly,
didn't
like
know.
that's how Zenkaiger should have ended. Like that was part of the reason why I was just like, there it is. Finally, this is something that I've been wanting in the actual series proper. Didn't get it, but we're finally gonna get it here. Hakaiser as part of the team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that
And
was just like
it's
a like
beautiful.
only a villain thing. He could never do it again. But knowing them, they're scientists. Like he could have just reverse engineered something.
We
the
need something to
changers in
fucking keep his
finger.
wife
Isn't he
safe
like
so he
a-
can stop losing her. Jesus
I
I
Christ.
mean, it
No,
was the
Don't get me wrong,
prototype
isn't he a
Zenkaiser suit.
cyborg a little
I
bit?
get, yeah.
Also, to be fair, how many times Sentai brought Dad back from being mind control? Because they did it a lot of times.
That's true. That's true.
Plus, you know,
always
it
have
is
a
half
post-it
writing
on
the
the
script,
whiteboard,
so you
like,
know
this
he'll
one.
probably toss some shit in there. So
Oh my God.
Oh
damn.
yes, he
Yes.
is.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
brought up this movie at first because I wasn't really a fan of the new like power up suit. It's which isn't really a big deal. They're just doing it to sell a toy, but it's a little random to me. Just a little
I
random.
mean, I don't hate it. It feels a little lazy to me because it's exactly what they did with the Ryo Soldier Cure Major thing. You know,
Fucking-
they just
I
They
love
just-
the
well, with
they
Kira,
just
they
took
made
it.
like a whole new chest plate
kind of,
for the
yeah,
Ryu soldiers.
yeah.
And it looked
but-
cool. At least that was more original. They literally just switched their base chest plate with each other.
but then they
added
gave a
cape.
peach on Zenkaiser's
I
head,
don't like
and I
that
and I
peach.
don't.
It-
Yeah,
it's-
I didn't like
I don't.
that.
I really don't like it. It
Yeah.
looks so weird there. It makes
They
me
look
like
like garbage
Momotaro's
kid
like
bash
peach
suits.
gold. I don't really mind that, but it's Zenkaiger's design that really doesn't work for me. It's just
And
Yeah.
people are going nuts about the sword. It's just a fucking white recolor
really
of the
could care less
Zanglass. Like, I like the Zanglass sword, but people are like, whoa! And it's like,
But it has the Kikanoids on there.
which is fine. And I love those dumbass robotic idiots.
listen,
but like,
listen,
it doesn't make it a good looking
Listen.
weapon.
Listen, these
Why?
are the
Really
same
voice
people
lines
that
from the
bought the
movie.
Murasami mech.
Come on now.
So they should be talking. They bought the Murasami mech. Yet that's just a repaint of the Dawn or Taijin. So
It's true. It's very
We're
true.
not a stranger to repaints, y'all. Let's sit down
No.
for a minute. Anyway, I think we had a really good discussion today, gentlemen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Are you excited for King Oger?
I'm trying to see purple. Purple gonna be my favorite.
That was not the
album.
reaction I was expecting. What's going on?
I'm
What do we
excited for it.
feel?
I think it'll be interesting to see, like, there's a few things I'm looking out for. One is how they fully unite as a team. I know there's like this story beat thing where it's like the real actual king who somehow isn't the red. What are we doing there? Like has united the kingdoms. What does that mean? Like, are they like all connected and he rules over all of them? Or like, does that explain why they all have the same changer? Because if they're from these different countries, how do they all have the same changer? The same exact sword with the same little switches. You know what I mean?
Zach,
I want to know
worry.
that.
We're gonna fly out to
Understand
Japan
it.
tonight to watch it.
Well, yeah, we're on the production
Yeah,
team.
our plane ticket's actually in 20
Oh
minutes.
shit!
We gotta wrap up
Oh
this episode.
fuck! Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta get going. We don't watch it illegally.
I just transform into a jet and fly over there.
Just yourself.
I won't forget my passport this time. I'll be good.
Yeah, same
We're
here.
drinking the mustard.
Good.
It's
Okay, good. Well,
That's
it's
enough
settled
sugar to propel me
gonna
into the
hallucinate.
winds.
No, literally. That's what's going to keep you fueled up. Well, then, thank you so much again for joining us this episode, Zio Agito and Brokusatsu.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
Brokusatsu, this is your third time. You're our first guest. You were our first guest who joined twice, And now you're our first guest that joined.
We talked about Black Sun,
Twice.
Donbrothers, now Donbrothers again.
Yep.
Donbrothers
I have a contrasting
2.
opinion on Black Sun, so good thing I wasn't there. It would have been a bloodbath.
I
We
would've
need to
had
get
to,
Mark on that
drown
shit
you
one
with
day.
gag.
Yes.
So,
Mark hasn't finished it.
Exactly.
He gets so bored with it. He gets so bored by Black Sun.
With these fake ass fans in this community that make their fucking accounts and shit, and then don't finish the things that they need to finish. It makes me sad. You know what I'm talking about,
No,
Cal?
they shouldn't have released it as a binge model. I'm just
I
saying
don't
they
have a
shouldn't have
problem with
released it as a
No,
binge
no,
model.
Mark is an
It's
angel.
true.
I'm mainly talking about Cal, so I'm just gonna leave it right there.
but look, that's a conversation for another day.
Hashtag
But
watch
gentlemen,
it.
we all love Donbrothers.
And now it's Donbrothers on.
Yep.
You were
Yeah.
saving that. You were saving that, weren't you?
No.
You had that ready ever since we
I
talked
was
about
gonna,
doing this
it was
episode
either
again.
that or a haiku, and I couldn't in the moment think of one again.
Dang,
so
get a haiku, dude.
Zio, go
I
right now.
get like
Haiku, go.
Sour Brothers. not
Nah,
your
I can't.
favorite,
Nah,
but-
you're putting me on the
No,
spot. I have not drank
No,
enough.
we can't improvise haikus as well.
Yes,
as
you
you,
have.
Zach.
You had the mustard. It's fine.
Yeah, but that's mixing with
His
the
brain is,
alcohol in
like,
my
on
system. Oh my
overload.
god, nah.
He's like, now a haiku. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this episode, everyone. If you want to see more episodes like this, please go ahead and subscribe. Or if you have a topic that you want us to talk about, go ahead and comment it down below in the comment section. Also, you can reach us to our Twitter accounts, either the Henshins and Homies podcast Twitter account or our individual ones, Toku Frankie,
Real so red.
Ryuso Rider Red over here. All right. And if you want to be a guest, just go ahead and send us a DM and we can make sure that we can try to make it happen, you know? So
Follow
we're
these
always
beautiful
open.
people right here. They are awesome. They are cool. They
Hold
do
on.
awesome things.
There we go.
Pretty sure Zio possibly has like a split personality thing going on with all the side characters he has in his skits, but they're so fucking
He has
cool.
his own
and I'm
universe,
so
y'all. You really
goddamn
gotta
I
get
jealous.
into
do.
it.
I got a
Get into
Zio
it.
verse. Like people keep up with that more
He
than I
has,
do
like,
now.
he has like a strict rule book. Like he can't have this
I'm sure he does.
character do this
Oh, yeah.
without that.
Yep.
You know, he's
You know
put
who
in
helped
the
him
work,
write it?
so you better go ahead and subscribe to
Inoue
give him that.
himself.
Right. And then Murko's over here with his toy photos.
Oh, I was
with his
joking.
I mean, like I
reviews.
said, I got a mixtape in the mail. I don't even know who this guy is.
Oh Lord, the mustard's getting to him, y'all. We gotta wrap up this
no.
episode. He's pulling out something. He's gonna pull
Yeah.
out something out.
He's cooking.
Sononi bathwater. That's what he's gonna pull out next. Anyway, yeah, go ahead and make sure that you subscribe to these lovely gentlemen right here. It was honestly really fun to talk about Donbrothers with you guys. Who else to ask to talk about it with? You know, we did it once, we can do it again.
Can I say something? Can I say
Go
something?
ahead.
No. Anyway, so
Just remove him from the stream.
Got him.
God.
it's over. What's up, Brugazatsu?
For those who want to know, I will be talking more about Donbros now on my podcast. So come watch that on my channel, and yeah.
Absolutely.
You better support a brother. Support a brother. All right, y'all. Take care. Have a good night. Go to Japan and watch the new episode of King Oger. I've been seeing a little bit
don't
of the
watch it
comments here.
illegally.
I'm trying to not look at any spoilers. I don't think any of you are.
I'm in the
spoiling
same boat.
anything, but
Yeah.
some of you are talking about it. We're gonna hold our opinions until another episode. All right. But thank you for watching. Thank you to the viewers who have been listening on Spotify, Amazon, Google, and Apple. We're gonna see you next week. Ernest Army needs money for his Mother's Day.
Makes sense.
True.
That's why he's working the cafe.
True.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
great.
Hi.
All right.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Donbrothers.